What's up everyone, it's Tony G23 here and we're back for round 8, I think it is, of our F1 2015 career mode. We're here today for practice at the Austrian Grand Prix, and well, first of all, really we should know that it is going to rain in this session. There's a 70% chance of rain, which means for us we are going to go out early, get our run done in the dry, because the race itself is going to be dry, so the wet weather won't really be of much use to us. So with that in mind, we're going to cut on to the end of our first lap. We've come into the second to last corner. We've gone off the track a bit, and but that won't really matter because this lap isn't going to be fast enough to go top of the table, and it isn't. We're about a second off the time set by Nico Rosberg. Now our opening was a 1:17.4. Now onto our fourth lap, we were able to improve to 7th, but we've been going purple on this lap because we've really opened up the fuel load, and we go fastest on a 1:12.073. So with that in mind, we've gone fastest. There's confirmation there, and our engineer said that the rain would be coming in about 10 minutes, so we thought there's no point really of going on in this session, so we retired the car. And we end the session fastest by 3.8 seconds. Now I'm not sure why that is, if this McLaren is actually that fast or the AI weren't showing their true pace. And also I noticed, if you look in the bottom of the screen, there goes my car. Because the game will switch immediately to wet weather when you retire. So going into the race now, we will be starting last, as we will be doing for every race of this series. I hope you have got that now, because I am actually starting to get a bit tired of explaining it. So in the garage, we're going to start on the prime tyres again, as we do that normally during this series. So going on to that was a used set of primes. No, we're going to go for a brand new set of prime tyres. I nearly said option. And we're going to go to the track. Now Austria, I don't know how we're going to stack up to the AI in full race conditions, because as you say in practice, I don't think they were showing their true pace. But we're going to be running with very low wings today. We're going to be running with 1-1 wings. So for the tricky middle sector, we will have to rely on the mechanical grip of the car. So like with the suspension and the anti-roll bars, the camber and the toe. So I'm hoping I've got that right. So there we go, last place on the grid, and yeah, it's going to be a dry race. That should favour us, because the McLaren Honda isn't that great in the straight line, and it isn't that great in the wet either. So we're underway now. We get a pretty normal start. I can never get past the Marushis on the start, but coming into the first corner, we lunged up the inside from last to 14th. So that just gives you an idea of just how good we are on the brakes in this McLaren. So, or how good we are on the brakes against the AI. And there you go, further confirmation from 14th up to 10th, now 9th. And we are right behind Kimi Raikkonen. We can almost reach out and touch the rear tyres of that Ferrari. So, coming down the main straight, we're gonna try and dive it up the inside of Raikkonen and Rosberg. And that's 7th place for us. I'm not sure what Rosberg's doing all the way down here. Really weird from a Mercedes. But going around the outside of Romain Grosjean there in the middle sector, we had a bit of understeer, so I'm not sure about this setup. That seemed to be a reasonably good middle sector, but then again we do have a full load of fuel on board, and we got a Red Bull and a Williams off there on the second to last corner. I'm gonna look on the replay now, and I think that's a Red Bull, and it looks to be Valtteri Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo, who have had a coming together on the second to last corner, and I won't be surprised if that is a safety car, because that is a very fast section of the track. So we're going to cut back onto the race now, and we don't see a safety car at the moment, and I'm just thinking, Charlie Whiting, what are you doing? That is a simple accident that could easily get worse. So still no sign of a safety car. Like I said, I won't be surprised if there is one. Coming up to the second corner now. We're going to brake early, and yes, there is a safety car. The safety car has now been deployed. It took Charlie Whiting long enough to do it. I mean, he was quick about it in Barcelona, but never mind. Now we've gone into like a hyper fuel save mode, so like really low revs. We're doing basically what we did in Barcelona. Lean mix, really low revs on high gears, so and lifting and coasting into corners. That is how you save fuel under the safety car on an incredibly short circuit like Spielberg. Is it Spielberg, or do you just call it the Red Bull Ring? I don't know, I prefer calling it Spielberg. It's less of a mouthful. But I've just had a look who is in third place. Max Verstappen is in third place. So a 17-year-old in third place against an 18-year-old, because I am 18. I think we are going to get ready for the restart now. So this is going to be nice. It's like Malaysia all over again. A 17-year-old versus an 18-year-old. So this will be one for the youth of F1. So trying to get some heat into the tyres just before the restart. We've got about 3 laps of fuel on board, and we're also going to use that off the restart, trying to get past Verstappen here in the Toro Rosso. Which is actually a faster car than our McLaren. So we've now taken the restart, and it looks like Verstappen has gapped us a little bit, but it's only about 0.6 per second. So now what we're going to do is we've really closed up to him through the first corner. Can we get a better drive? No, we won't, but we are using the slipstream, diving from side to side, trying to find a way past Verstappen. He's placed his car in the middle of the road, but we're going to try and make him go round the outside. On the apex, he's still holding it round the outside. He's actually held it round the outside, so fair play to Verstappen there, holding the outside line and still getting out in front. So fair play to him, but it's short-lived basically, because we dived down the inside from about 5 years back and take third place in the Austrian Grand Prix. Cutting on to lap 7, we've got Vettel and Hamilton in front of us, and just look how much we're able to close up on them under braking. We have the DRS on Vettel. We are on the harder tyres though, so that may prove a disadvantage. Switching up into rich mix now, I'm going to pull the exact same move on Sebastian Vettel. We did the exact same move on Max Verstappen only a few laps ago, and that is up into second place. Switching it back down into standard mix, we run massively wide in the middle sector, but we are still going purple. You can see the proximity arrows of Vettel's car right behind us. So judging by the amount, but what we're going to do at the end of this lap, we're going to come into the pits because, well, I have a feeling that we'll be better off on the option tyres. It looks like Hamilton and Vettel are also going to pit with us on lap 7. So come on, McLaren boys, you know what to do. Give me a good stop. And what's the stop? No, we're being held! Oh, no, we've lost the place to Vettel. Oh my god, it was Romain Grosjean who caused us to be held in our pit box. And because of that, we have lost the place to Sebastian Vettel in this Grand Prix. But we are now on the faster tyre because Vettel would have changed over to the prime tyre. We're on the option tyre, and we can go on these tyres till the end of the race. So, second corner, and we just lunge it down the inside of Vettel. Now, if you want to write and say that my overtaking moves are silly and dangerous, you know what to do. Send them to this email address. But coming back onto the action, we've just overtaken Hamilton for 7th place here, and we've got the DRS on him. I'm going to try and chase down after Carlos Sainz Jr., son of former rally driver Carlos Sainz, who I actually watched him. I actually did watch the WRC in my childhood. But Hamilton's coming back at us. He got a much better drive off that corner. But we're going to try and use the slipstream of Sainz Jr. and we're going to overtake them both for the lead of the race. So I think Hamilton kind of found himself boxed in by my car and Verstappen, and not Verstappen, Sainz. And we got the lead of the race. We're cutting on to the final 2 corners because nothing else happened from then on. But through the final corner, and it's just straight to the line. But there's nothing we can do, that anyone else can do. We're going to win the Austrian Grand Prix.
That's first place, P1. What a race, what a day, congratulations.
I felt that was kind of an easy win because I love doing Austria. It's one of my favourite tracks. And Alonso coming home in 11th, we lapped him in the end. And the DNFers, Nico Hulkenberg, Sainz Jr., Massa, Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. DNFing. Oh, what is this going to do for the championship? Max Verstappen coming home 3rd. What is going on here? What is? There is the championship. We're still leading the championship from Nico Rosberg. Lewis Hamilton has fallen further adrift. In the constructors, Mercedes are still leading, and we're pulling away from Ferrari in the constructors as well. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed that somewhat topsy-turvy end, thank you so very much for watching, and goodbye.